So basically that day is that we had to, you know, we had to pick her up. And after the whole fight, you know, that, it was me, Jesline, it's me, Jesline, Audrina, and Raquel in the car. It was a very stressful day. It was already rainy and crappy. I was already in a bad mood because these girls, you know, were nowhere to be found until the afternoon, and then popped up knowing that we had an event, so my buttons were already pushed that day.
Right.
And then Elite was already fighting with me, saying that she didn't want to make it because she had to work on her stuff. So we already had a fight. So I was going there. She said, pick me up because it's raining out and I have to dress up, and I'm not going to these events taking the train and this and that. So I drove from Jersey, went to Brooklyn, but I tried to find where she was. She was like, I'm here at this place to so-and-so. Now, the intersection that she was in is 5 different streets. It's in Brooklyn, where the Atlantic Avenue is. It's Baltic, Atlantic, Pacific, and this and that. So I was just like, I couldn't find her. She's like, the True Religion store, and da-da-da. And I was just like, I didn't know where it was. Anyway, 15 minutes later, because I went around a few times to try to get there, frustrated again. I'm like, where are you? Like, what is going, like, finally, she gets in the car.
Attitude.
Girl, I don't know what got in the car. All I know is that I heard, like, flipping out. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I'm not the fucking one. Da-da-da-da, like, all. I was like, my head spun around like The Exorcist. I was like, who the F are you talking to?
Right.
She's got you bitch, and this and that, like really nasty. I don't like that mentality. I don't like aggressive behavior. I don't like ratchet ghetto behavior, especially in my car, in my home. I don't like, I like a peaceful, I like professional.
Right.
You could talk to me like an adult, Nicole, and don't talk to me then because we have an event to go to. You're not gonna get in my car, piss me off, ruin my day, and then we have to go to 2 events and be like, hi guys, hi, how are you? You know, thank you so much. Oh, we love you. No, you know, and I know how I am. So after she snapped out, even Audrina and Raquel were like, they looked at her like, wow, like the nerves, you know? So
right, like, yeah, the truth.
it was really bad. Me and her had words back and forth with each other. It was really messy and disgusting. Then I was like, all right, you know what? Get the F out of my car. That's it. She goes, oh yeah, if I get out of your car, I'm never coming back, and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, peace. That's it. You know, what am I gonna do? Then me and the girls, we did defense ourselves. We went out and we kept doing it, and we did it. We had to do the events. What am I gonna do?
Right.
I went to we did the Pride event and the matinee, and we were there sitting there, and I was just crying. I was so upset, and the girls were like, calm down, we'll do it, the 3 of us, screw her, you know, like, we can still do it, Nicole, stop crying. And I was just like, this is just so overwhelming, like I this is horrible, like,
right.
You know what I mean, like, why does somebody have to get to that level to try to put their point across? There's no need for that, you know. So that was our first fight, a really bad fight. And then I was just over it. The next day, we had our gay pride event on stage. So I'm like, we only have 3 of us. We've been rehearsing all week. So now, what are we gonna do?
Right.
Now we have 4, you know, choreography for 4 people. Now we got to move it down to 3 people. What are we going to do in such a short time? You know what I mean? And that's what frustrated me more, because I'm like, this is my name, this is my brand, this is the project, this is what I'm pushing out to the public, and now it's all screwed up, you know? So either I fix it with, you know, I fix it with her, or I say, screw it, and just move on, and that's it. Call it as a loss, and just be done with it.
Right.
And the next day I got a text from Elite, and she goes, so what are we gonna do? Like, you know, and I sucked it up, and I was just like, all right, let's do it. You know, she met me at the event, and we made up, and we said, we're gonna make this work. So we did it, you know, we did the performance. And then after the show, she just took her time to get ready, like always, you know, and we were starving. after our show, we were leaving. Me and the girls were gonna go get some food. So when we left, we were like, you know, this girl takes her time. That's the thing with Elite, is that she will be the first one there. She's punctual. She'll be the first one there. I have nothing bad to say about that. She's the first one there, but she's the last one to finish. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's on her time clock. She in the studio, she lays out her vocals. She gets it on point. She's musically talented. I can never take that away from her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, musically talented, beautiful voice, her image polished. I can't say that. Her style, you know, is she's got her style, you know.
Right.
But when it came down to costuming, if we left it up to her, it was like true sabotage. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we would wear something a certain way, and then she would make her own outfit, and it would be like, it would clash with us. So we had to be on top of her about what was going to be worn, or we had to help style her.
Right.
You know, and that's something that we all have to do as a group, and that's fine, you know. But like I said, Nikki has to do everything. Nikki has to get a stylist, which we don't have. Nikki has to help out and do so much more, you know. It's overwhelming. It
Right.
really is. And like I said, I think, you know, I needed people to be on top of these girls, other than me being the person, me being the bad person, me being the bitch, me being that person to tell them what to do, because it starts to become a conflict of interest. You know, I can't be the friend, the lead singer, and then be the manager, the boss, bitch, and make this all work as a team. It's hard, you know. So, you know, Gay Pride passed, and Raquel was just absolutely annoyed with all the bullshit. She was just had it. You know,
Right.
she just done had it, and she had another project, like, that was the truth, but she had a decision to make, either pick the Secret Girls or pick the other project for the pitch for a series, you know, in LA, and she picked that other series, and I don't blame her, but I missed her. I was really upset.
So this is where the stems of it all comes from, why they say you're a bitch, because everything that you've been pushed to become, it's because you were the manager, you were the lead singer, you were the one trying to get everything going. It kind of pegged you as the bitch because you had to keep the machine running.
I just had to keep them all in check and keep them going. I had to become boot camp Betty, a drill sergeant. Let's girls get up. Let's be on time. You know, and like I said before, no one wants to be told what to do from another trans. It would have been different if it would have been a manager or somebody outside telling them what to do. I that wasn't just the only fight. I could keep going on and on and on, but it was just repetitive, you know, and I sucked it up. I just dealt with her shit. I just dealt with it because I saw we had a fan base, I saw she had a fan base, I saw, you know, that things were happening in a good sense. So I was just like, you know what, let me just deal with it. It'll be great TV. It'll be great when the cameras start rolling, because, you know, I signed a production agreement with already a company. There were 6 companies interested in the project for This Is a Real, and I was in talks with a few. So it was like, I said, why don't you hold all this drama and wait for the TV cameras to start rolling?
Right.
You know what I mean? Stop all this nonsense, because then if I get you out now, like, you're not gonna have your time for TV time. Let's leave all the fun stuff for TV. If you wanna bring all this drama, I'll bring you the drama, and we could get great ratings on TV, you know? But if it's gonna end now, then it's not gonna be a good thing, because then it's gonna screw up everything, right? So I was just like, we'd have heart-to-hearts, and then we'd have talks, and we'd make up, and then it would be the same shit all over again. And it was just very frustrating to deal with. It's not what I wanted. I didn't want to keep fighting with her and dealing with all this nonsense, and I don't know. Like, I think that it's just maybe we were too much alike, you know? I know I can be a diva, and I know she knows she's a diva. So 2 divas don't mix.
Right.
It's just like the Real Housewives. They all go at each other.
Right.
Okay, so this is pretty much like what it was, you know, and I never even really had a problem with Jasleen or Alyssa at all. It was just that the fighting consistently with Elite was affecting the group, was affecting me, changing my attitude, my emotion, my energy level was drained. I became very, I didn't know who was on my, no one was on my side anymore. It was like things were shifting. Alyssa was starting to dictate and to like run the show a little bit, like explaining, well, you know, my girlfriend, she's a star, so she tells me that she used to have a girl group, and this is how she used to run this, and doesn't go like this, and this is, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
so acting like a little know-it-all. Now, I understand she's been an assistant for, you know, a superstar. I understand that she's done stuff, you know, but as a live entertainer performer, singing live and performing, like, she's never done any of that. She's done drag shows, she's done acting on the side and extra work and stuff like that, and she's done stuff for GLAAD, and I wasn't trying to discredit her because she said, oh, and I do other things too, and her, you know, her rebuttal is just, this wasn't about giving you a resume. This was about talking about live performing on stage. You know what I'm saying? Singing, recording, releasing music. Like, that's what I was talking about. I don't know. It just seemed like things just started to change. And I saw that the last, you know, in Atlanta, I felt ganged up on. I felt bullied. I felt that they were coming for me. Again, me and Elite had a really bad fight. And that's when I noticed, like, all three of them were just, like, went in like a pack of wolves, and, you know, and I cried, and I was like, what can I do? You know, I felt like the tables were changing and the tables were turning, and it felt like they wanted me out, and them three wanted to do their own thing. That's what it felt like.
So that's basically validating of why they feel the way that they feel. You feel the way that you feel, which is good. So it wasn't all peaches and creams, and I'm glad that you were able to share this.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what to say anymore. I'm just like, people are quick to judge when they don't know the real story. People think like, oh, you know, like, she looks like a bitch, okay, she is a bitch. No, you don't just judge people on what you hear from a couple mouths that are bitter because I was so over everything. I had to take a step back and focus on me again. Because if somebody keeps calling you old, botched, you're washed up, you don't, nobody wants, like, it seems like nobody wants to work with that. Like, I have to have myself again. I have to find myself again.
Absolutely,
You know?
we always need to do that, yeah.
Right, and I think that it's important to find myself, and I'm just like beside myself with this whole nonsense, you know, because I think it got very messy. I didn't want to, you know, exploit this whole story. It's better to write it in a book, and then you can like really express your feelings differently, and it can be put more quietly, you know. So I'm not the Titanic, and I don't sink.
Okay.
So if you feel that your show and you need to find a bunch of girls that hate me or can't stand me, or you want to, you know, have a I Hate Nikki Exotica fan club, so be it. Karma bites you in the ass in the long run.
Right.
God knows my intentions were purest at heart of what I really wanted for the Secret Girls.
So this is her side. So I just want you guys to just take from this interview that in every situation there's three sides to the story. There's their side, her side, and then there's the truth. So within between that, you guys kind of figure out what judgment calls you want to make to what it is that you feel. So with that said, we're going to end this on saying that, like Nikki said, this is her story. This is her version of it. You've heard everybody else's version, and again, thank her for coming on here and giving her version. And just listen, stay tuned to see what's going to happen next. And again, like she said, the Secret Girls will be to you guys soon. Good night.